So, 20 years passed.
A feud.
Violent feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor.
But yeah, hi, I'm Frustendra, and welcome back to Draugen.
Then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered. It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
This game took a quite different turn than I thought it would in the start.
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
That's just a crow. The rest a curse over this place.
This place is cursed. Ridiculous. Ruth was here the day she fell.
Simon, what am I truly searching for in this desolate hole under the mountains? Ruth, am I looking for something that was never there? Betty, is there a truth here that I haven't yet grasped?
You were here, Betty. You saw Ruth. Maybe you tried to help, but she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it? Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
That's a lot of light. From later. Ooh.
Oh, Betty. This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason.
Oh.
What am I not seeing?
Okay, so there's no way anybody's coming from that direction. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh. Guessing this is going to collapse. Crap, that crow scared me. Yeah, and there the rest of the mine collapses.
Edward! Edward!
Betty?
What?
Elizabeth? Is that... Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
Edward!
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
Why would you suddenly hear her voice now?
Edward! Where are you?
I'm on my way.
That's the burnt down house.
Edward, please! Hurry!
I'm coming, Betty.
Edward!
I'm almost there.
So back to the house, I guess. Oh, what? Hey.
I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. It's me. Just stay put. I can hear you. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Edward! Oh, Edward! Hurry!
I'm coming.
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God.
And there's nothing here.
Elizabeth. There you are. Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried. I
Betty, it's her. He knows it's Betty. He knows her so well. Her scarf, her hat, her gloves is all there. She is all there. He knows Elizabeth so well. Every part of her. Her scent, her clothes. She is complete.
Look. Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
Whoa.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward. Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. All it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry. It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Awakening. Day 6. This is the first time I haven't been spooked by darn mannequin.
Goodbye, Betty.
That looks kind of cool, though. The thingy, which I've already forgotten the name of.
Teddy bear? Are you up? Come outside. Beautiful day. Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off this stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost. Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air. Ugh. Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik. Well,
What if, he thinks? The answer is so simple and logical. A conversation in a public place, a name, subconsciously registered. Elizabeth may be a spectre, he thinks, but she still holds power over me. Grovik, he was drawn here, as though this place has an eternal weight to it.
the letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere. Paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
She must have been killed, thinks Edward. It can't all been because of an accident. Such misery is entrophic, he knows. Chance events that cascade into an accidental avalanche that destroys
I believe
people.
It was an accident.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Alright, she ran from the mine and came here. And then. Was she afraid? What made her run?
Death often comes without purpose and intent, he thinks, like a cloud in front of the sun. The girl ran from something, from someone. Still believes this, because the told
Something
Ola.
spooked her.
She saw Betty and. No, that's impossible. It was someone, or something else. So she ran here. Why not home? She couldn't go home. Or she didn't want to. She felt safe here. This was her happy place. And then. If only Ruth had wings, like an angel, she could have flown straight to heaven. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
Edward believes there is only darkness after death, but strange as it may seem, Alice has her own beliefs, and it feels almost cruel to deny her those. He has no faith in an afterlife. He saw into his mother's dead eyes, he saw the gunshot wound in his father's head, and he knew even then that heaven was a lie.
They're dead. I don't believe there's anything more to it than that. But there's comfort in oblivion, and we won't be alone. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in oblivion. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward! Is that...
A boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I don't understand how this can be.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse, while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness. Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
I really like this game. It was not how I thought it would end up. I thought it would be more scary and more dark, or like not maybe not more dark. I just had its pretty dark moments, but I thought it would be more engaging. I knew that it would be like more or less walking around and looking at stuff like Kona and Soma, but I thought it would be also longer than this. But I really enjoyed it. I think the atmosphere was really really well made, and I like that. There's so many things like I kind of recognize, because I have family in the western of Norway, and there's so many things that I can that I kind of recognize, even though all the places I've been to is quite different from this. So it's like I feel like everything that you see is so authentic.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
But yeah, as I said, I really liked it. It was really nice. It was a bit short, and some of the things were a bit annoying, like the animations of the mouth. I felt were
Come on,
Well,
let's go.
like
Row,
they
Teddy,
should
row.
exaggerate. I have no idea how to pronounce that word, but they should be more lively in their animations of the mouth.
The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
I also really like that. I realize now that I start every sentence with I also, but I do also like that they end the game in the same way that you started, by rowing close to Grovik. But yeah, I did really enjoy it, and I wish there were more to it. And I remember that there were some other things I also wanted to say, but I've forgotten what they were. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and good night. Yeah, that's the end of that. One of the things that I forgot that I wanted to say, that I wish they played more on Draugen, and that Draugen actually had more of a central role, and not that it was just a feud between families, because I thought it would be more supernatural and more scary than it was. But yeah, I did enjoy it. I did like it really much. And I thank you all for watching, and good night.